about the vendors that you absolutely need for your wedding. Hi, my name is Pixie and I am a wedding planner from Autumn Bronze Productions, and here are the top vendors that you absolutely need to make your day a success. Now before we start, let me caveat by saying that this list is specifically for Western legal weddings. If you're having a traditional wedding, or if you're having an ethnic wedding, or if you're going to City Hall, or if you're getting a ship captain to marry you, these vendors may not apply to you. By the way, another thing that I found out is that not all ship captains are actually eligible to marry you. So before you go down that route, please check if that ship captain is allowed to marry you. First vendor you need is a venue. You need a place where you can have all your loved ones gather and celebrate you. So you need a venue to host them. Second vendor is catering and bar. When you have so many people around to celebrate with you, you need to feed them. You need to be able to have them enjoy themselves. So you need a bar and a bartender. So those are the top two wedding vendors that you need. Number three, you need an officiant to perform the wedding and make sure you are legally married. They will also send your signed marriage licenses off to the city, and that will make you eligible to get your marriage certificate later. Number four, you need a decorator or a florist to decorate your venue, to make sure that your venue is beautiful and ready for the celebration. Number five, you need a photographer and or a videographer to capture the amazing memories that you're going to create on this very special day of yours. Number six, you need a DJ to get the party started and make sure everybody has a great time. And number seven, and finally, you need a day of coordinator to make sure that everything that you have planned runs on schedule and you don't have to be running around answering calls and making sure everything's there when you should be getting ready, getting dressed, getting your hair and makeup done, and enjoying your special. Now that we've gone through all 7 of the essential vendors, does this mean that you absolutely need to get paid vendors for each of these roles? No. You can absolutely find alternatives to each and every one of these essential vendors. Instead of getting a venue, if you know someone who has a large, beautiful backyard and are willing to offer it to you as a wedding gift or at a cheaper price, you can definitely do that. You can get a company to pitch a tent for you and create a casual vibe. Backyard tent weddings are a lot of fun, and that's a great way to circumvent having to rent a venue. Secondly, instead of getting a caterer and a bartender and a full bar, you can get takeout depending on the size of your wedding guests or your guest list. You can get takeout and create a buffet where people can serve themselves. You can run to the liquor store and have a bar set up with mixers that your guests can create themselves, or you can have one of your friends who likes to mix drinks and create cocktails. They can bartend from time to time on a very casual basis, and they can help you out with that. So that's a great option to reduce on some of the biggest costs for your wedding, which is the venue and the caterer. If you have family members who are willing to get ordained and perform your wedding, or you already have somebody who is ordained and can perform the wedding, you can request them to officiate your wedding. As long as you are sure that they are responsible and they know what to do with the wedding license after your marriage, and they make sure that everything, all the legal aspects are taken care of, you can absolutely have a loved one officiate your wedding. Decoration and florists are something that most people prefer to do in-house. Especially if you're working with a small budget, if you have friends and family who are willing to help decorate for your wedding, you can buy certain things on Marketplace or Kijiji and use those for your wedding decorations. So for our wedding, we had a Sangeet, which was the singing and dancing event, and it was a second day, it was an additional day outside of our legal wedding So we wanted to keep the budget low for that day. So what I did is I went and bought lots of candles and hurricane vases and bud vases, and our wedding party, so our bridesmaids and groomsmen and our MC, they helped to create these like simple but beautiful centerpieces for our wedding. And we got a separate wedding vendor to just do the stage decoration because that was a bigger plan. So in that ways, we reduced a lot of costs in decorations, and a lot of the decoration was done by our friends. And also on those bud vases, we had flowers, which we got from bulk flower shops. So much, at a much cheaper rate. All they had to do was put a few different types of flowers together into each of the bud vases, and voila, we had beautiful centerpieces for 150 people. And it didn't take that long either. So there's definitely a way to save your budget on decorations if you have friends and family who are willing to help out with that. If you have friends who are photographers or videographers, or they are amateur photographers but they do a good job and they have good equipment, they can absolutely help you out as your photographer for the day, as well as if you have friends who are DJs or who have great music knowledge and can create a Spotify playlist that you can just plug into your speakers and dance the night away. That's also a great way to do it. There's no hard and fast rule. There's no set way of having your music or your photographs. As long as you are comfortable with the people and you trust in the people and you know your friends and family are going to have a great time no matter what, you can absolutely not have a DJ or a photographer or a videographer. Last but not least, your day of coordinator. If you have a friend or an aunt or a sister who's good at managing stuff, managing events, who's great at hosting parties, and they are willing to be your day of coordinator, that is a great way to save money as well as to have somebody close to you really run your event, somebody who knows what is important to you and how to manage little crises as they come. So, but make sure you appreciate them for everything they're doing, because it does take a lot of time and effort to plan and coordinate a wedding, and they are usually the ones who are not drinking or dancing. They're running behind the scenes, making sure everything's running smoothly. So make sure you thank them with either a dinner or something, or this could be their gift to you as for your wedding by being the day of coordinator. So as I said, these are the 7 different vendors that you have to think about, and even if they're not vendors, you need alternatives to make sure that your day runs smoothly and you have every aspect that you need to make your special day a success. Let me know if there are other topics that you want me to make videos on, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you get to see more videos whenever I post them. Thank you again for your time, and stay tuned for the next one.